Oh, a second and a half off.
Second and a half off. Now that's not bad. I can go with that.
That's not bad. Good evening, everybody. Hello.
Folks, welcome to the jungle.
Welcome to the jungle. We can refresh.
Hope everybody's well and you've had a good week.
That.
We've had some nice weather today. And now it is raining. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
And there's every chance that there's rain coming in over here as well, because it's gone grey and the wind's getting up. Evening, Jason.
Good evening, Jason.
Evening, Pulsar.
Good evening, Pulsar.
Yes. The problem is going to be when he gets to the chair in Beecher's Brook.
Yeah. Right. We have got lots of So Charles put a thing about my dark horse, which was quite amusing. So we've got an interesting one today, aren't we? We'll talk about that later. So this week, lots of moving and shifting on the views. 3,984, so nearly 4,000 views in the last 7 days. And we've had 13 new subscribers, and they're just going, God, what have I let myself in for? So what have you been watching? Well, coming in at number 3, we have Stories from Time and Space Hawkwind with 83 views. Number 2 is Tangerine Dreams, 1970s, the new story, 159.
Oh.
Put the link, Dave. Could you put if Dave will put the link in the comments and see where we're going from there? Because sometimes it doesn't work the way. But the most watched one is the Glam Rock Top 20 from last Saturday, the 40th video spectacular that Richard and I did with 265. And the overall for the 28 days is 18,453 people with 61 new subscribers. So would you be watching? Steve Harley is number 3 with 204. Status Quo, 250 people watched it in the last 28 days. But at the top, of course, is Glam Rock. Top short of for the week is Van Halen, 443. But for the 28 days, still reigning is Bomber, Motorhead, now up to 878.
Yes, I saw something in the press to do with Motorhead, to do with Lemmy.
What about him?
A certain guitarist had a tattoo done on his middle finger, and the ink contained Lemmy's ashes.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Yeah, it was so that Lemmy could continue to give the finger.
Excellent. Anyway, we've been after that little bit of Lemmy. We've now had 328,848 views, and we're chopping along now with 1,631 subscribers.
That's very good, thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, no change. Riggsy still at 4 is now at 466. Slade at 492. Yes, Lemmy would have approved Pulsar as immensely. And Status Quo still out there at 8653. And let's have a look what I'm listening to. Well, we've still sort of got Marmalade in there. If I can find them, it's finding them and listening to them. Okay. we've done 413. Blind Guardian 412. The Wonderful Procol Harum 412. REO Speedwagon. There's a new one for you. Come out of the list last week. I've listened to one. Raven. I've listened to one. And Bob Marley and the Wailers. I've listened to two because I listened to one while I was having my tea. So you can ask them to that one. It was starting to rain, so I wanted some sun, so I put some Bob Marley on. And I've got Jade Warrior and Joe Bon and Mafa.
Good. I've just popped the link in the chat to the BBC News story. It was Metallica's James Hetfield.
Oh, James.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice of him. Very decent chap.
Yes.
Right, that bar normally means his nibs want something, so I think it's time for hatches, matches, and dispatches.
Okie dokie. Right. 13 dispatches this week, 35 hatches, and 1 match. So, our dispatches, the 11th, saw the departure of Park Bo-ram, a South Korean K-pop singer, and Enrique Lasser Soler, a Spanish jazz percussionist and composer. The 12th, we lost Rico Wade, an American music producer and songwriter. The 13th, Richard Horowitz, an American film composer. He composed music for 3 seasons, Any Given Sunday, and a film called Tobruk. And it's not the Tobruk that we would normally, well, I say we, Brits would normally associate with that title. There are 2 or 3 films called Tobruk. 13th, we also lost Lorenzo Palomo, a Spanish classical composer. 14th, Ben Eldridge, an American 5-string banjo player with the Seldom Scene, left us, along with Calvin Keys, an American jazz guitarist. 15th saw the departure of Reita. She's a Japanese bassist with a band called The Gazette. Also, on that day, we lost Pooch Tavares, an American R&B and disco singer with the band Tavares. It was announced on social media by his wife, and it wasn't picked up for a couple of days by the other stations. 16th, Chlorophila, a Mexican techno DJ with the group known as Nortec Collective, passed away. So did KG Jayan, an Indian Carnatic singer, and Gavin Webb, an Australian psychedelic rock bassist with the group The Masters Apprentices. And today it was announced that Dickie Betts, the American Southern rock singer, songwriter, guitarist, and founding member of the Allman Brothers Band, passed away. Officials got. Oh, give me a moment. I will go back and this should have been my fault. My fault. That's right, Dave. Dashboard. I put up the wrong link. Quarterfinal 3. Boom. And we put correct link. Okay, the correct link should be up. Show that, hopefully. There you go. Right. Those were the dispatches. Hatches. Youngest today at 28 is Alexei Zigalovich, a Belarusian singer-songwriter. 30 is Adam Amin Daniel. He's known as Amin. He's an American singer-songwriter and rapper. 32 is Jens Janchevskis, a Latvian pianist, choral and orchestral composer. 37 is Sandra Linghaugen, Norwegian pop singer. 39 today is Elena Temnikova, a Russian disco and Euro pop singer. The group Cerebro. 41 today is Daniele Rustioni, an Italian conductor. He conducted for the Orchestra della Toscana and the Ulster Orchestra. 42 is Marie-Hélène Thieber, Canadian contemporary pop singer. 45 today is Nuria Fergo, a Spanish singer. She's known for La Vida Son Solo Dos Dias. 48 today is Minako Ohashi. She's known by the name of Fei Ray. She's a Japanese pop jazz singer-songwriter. 50 today is Milagros Ninette Corretier Maldonado, better known as Millie Corretier. She's a Puerto Rican singer and actress. Also 50 is Madeleine Peyroux, American-French jazz and blues singer-songwriter, and Mark Tremonti, American guitarist with Creed and Alter Bridge. 54 today is Greg Eklund, an American drummer with Everclear from 1994 to 2003. 57, hello Rocky. 57 today is Jace Fincher Jr., an American heavy metal bassist with the bands South Gang and Marvelous 3. We've got a triple. 59 today are Diana, Sylvia, and Vicky Villegas. They're American-Mexican rockers, and they are known as the Triplets. 60 today is Mark Berry, and it took Iain quite a while to get this one. English percussionist and dancer with the Happy Mondays. I mean, if I said Happy Mondays dancer, most people would go, Bez. But he did get the 62-year-old. Shirley Hollyman, English pop singer. She started out as a backing singer for Wham, and then she joined up with Pepsi to make Pepsi and Shirley.
And she's Mrs. Martin Kemp.
Yep. 63 today is Kelly Hansen, American heavy metal rocker with Hurricane and Foreigner. 64 is Mick Sweda, or Sweda, American rock guitarist and songwriter with the bands King Cobra and Bullet Boys. 66 today is Les Patterson, and that's Pattinson, a British rock bassist with Echo and the Bunnymen. 72 today is Jim Sholton, an American country singer. 74 today is Bill Sudworth III, an American R&B trumpet player. Excuse me. Ed Karayev, an American photographer, illustrator, and album cover art director. He has done artwork for Steely Dan, the Bee Gees, Jimi Hendrix, Neil Diamond, Tom Waits, Hall & Oates, to name but a few. Also 74 is Grigory Sokolov, a Russian-Spanish concert pianist. He won the Tchaikovsky competition in 1966. 75 today is Andrew Powell, a British composer, performer, and music producer. He's worked with Donovan and notably on the album The Kick Inside with Kate Bush. 76 today is Catherine Malfitano. She's an American soprano with the Metropolitan Opera, and she's also an opera director now. 78 today, and we all fell in love with her whenever she was on the big screen. Hayley Mills, English actress and singer. Also 78 is Tommy Shannon, American blues rock bassist with Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble. 80 today is Rudy Shackelford. He's an American organist, composer, and musicologist. 81 is Leslie Miller. She's an American pop session and advertising jingle singer. And the list of people that she has worked with is as long as both my arms. 84 today is Michael Graham Vickers. He's an English musician, he's guitarist, flautist, and saxophonist with Manfred Mann.
As Jason said, he got the person but didn't get the name.
Yay, well done. 85 today is Glenn Hardin, an American piano player and arranger, and he has performed and recorded with artists like Roy Orbison, Elvis Presley, Emmylou Harris, John Denver, Ricky Nelson. Just a short list. 90 today is George Irving Shirley. He's an American operatic tenor, and he was the first African American tenor to perform a leading role at the Metropolitan Opera in New York. Also 90 today is Jan Klusak, Czech contemporary classical and film score composer. And granddaddy today is 94-year-old Clive Revill, New Zealand singer and actor. On the matches, not a lot of people got married. Not a lot of people got divorced either. There was only one marriage of note on this day in 1956. Grace Kelly married Prince Rainier III of Monaco. So that's your hatches, matches, dispatches. Talking point this week is 1988. So, quick rundown of some things that happened. 20th of January, the third Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction took place. The inductees: the Beach Boys, the Beatles, the Drifters, Bob Dylan, the Supremes, Woody Guthrie, Lead Belly, Les Paul, and Berry Gordy Jr. In a sign of things to come, 36 years later, on February the 3rd, 1988, nurses across the UK went on strike over pay and funding for the NHS. Sound familiar? March the 11th, we used to have the 10 bob note and the £1, and the pound note ceased to be legal tender. It was replaced by the pound coin, which was floating around for a while. April the 4th saw the last broadcast of a British soap opera on ITV. Crossroads closed its doors for the last time. And if you've heard that theme music once, you'll never forget it. May the 8th saw the election of Francois Mitterrand as President of France. And June the 29th, another election. Vigdis Finn Bogadottir was elected the fourth President of Iceland, becoming the world's first democratically elected female president. July the 7th.
Well done for getting it right.
Thank you. I had to think about that. July the 7th. There was a Hungarian state funeral for the composer Bela Bartok in Budapest. The only problem is he had died 42 years earlier, and his remains were finally relocated from New York. We thought that was appropriate because a certain album that's in contention is based on Bartok.
Yes, Mark Hollis was influence when he was.
And we discovered that on August the 22nd, Australia unveiled the first platinum coin. It's legal tender. It came in 2 ounces, 10 ounces, and 1 kilo, believe it or not. The 1 kilo coin was 1.5 centimeters thick and 7.5 centimeters in diameter. Now imagine clonking one of those round in your pocket. I mean, that's the weight of a bag of sugar. And its face value was $3,000. You wouldn't want one of those being handed to you for a thing of coffee and asking for small change. The Olympics took place. They were at Seoul. They were being held in Seoul. But there were so many Olympic records being broken and so many cheats being found that we decided we'd look at one. And in the Finn class of sailing, the Canadian Lawrence Lemieux abandoned race number 5 to assist an injured competitor while he was in second place. He lost the race. His selfless act he was awarded the Pierre de Coubertin Medal, which is a rare thing. There are very few of those given out. October the 30th, Brazilian McLaren driver Ayrton Senna won the Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka, his record 8th Grand Prix win of the season, and it clinched him his first Formula One World Drivers' Championship. November the 30th, the Soviets stopped jamming Radio Liberty for the first time in 38 years. And December the 1st, Roy Orbison gave his final concert at the Front Row Theatre in Cleveland, Ohio. So there is your talking points. Iain and I know some of the movies and albums that came out. I'm sure they'll be mentioned later at some stage.
But that's a perfect time, because I said round about 8:20, and guess what time it is? 8:20. Well timed. Last week's result.
All right. Well, it came down to 3 votes. It was 13-10 in favour of the Sex Pistols. So Simon and Garfunkel are out.
So, David Hunt, if you're watching, can we please have your address? Email it to me. I'll put a little thing in the community. And Groovy Lisa loves the Sex Pistols. Good girl. You know it makes sense.
Afternoon.
Having from sunny California. Well, it's peeing down with rain here at the moment.
Yeah, it's Irish weather here.
Yes. Lots of mizzle. Don't mind me. It's getting into his bed, but he just clambers over your feet. Doesn't go round them. So well done to David. He'll get a mug on his way. I do believe that Mix is. I've had an email from Redbubble and they have printed it.
Oh, excellent.
So that is whirling its way to you. So we
must this isn't the charity one.
No, it's just the semi-final mugs.
Oh, right. No, you confused me by saying T-shirt.
No, not T-shirt. His mug. So David, if you get in contact with us at the email address, we'll send you a mug to get into the semi-finals.
Having brought that subject up, is there any movement on the charity?
No.
Has it been sort of accepted, or it hasn't been kiboshed?
It hasn't been kiboshed, no. But
okay.
I haven't heard from them yet.
No, it's slow moving. Okay.
So if I go like that.
Well done, you. Okay. Yeah. Do you want it full screen?
Yes, please.
Okay. Off you go.
Okay, next week on the channel. Well, what we got Monday? It's a bit of a proggy week this week. So if you love your prog, you're going to like next week. We're going to start off with one of the most underrated prog bands. They're called Gracious. They only made two albums in the 70s and one bit later on in their careers as a reunion. A great little band. Perfect side. Oh, this is a toughie. I do set myself some tough things, and we're going to try and find the best side of Dark Side of the Moon. That is going to be so tough.
Well, it all depends. Do you want the sun shining on it or not?
Oh, yeah, this is it. Yes, Gracious are an excellent group. Yeah, we love Gracious. Tuesday, we got some more Tangerine Dream for you. I mean, I chose that picture because it's absolutely bonkers. Well, I mean, what does Edgar looks like? He's just going to get in a plane and fly off somewhere.
Hey. Yeah, we've all done it.
Yeah. 10, Jason. I can see your message. That 10. Okay, retro ranking next week. Yes, I have found some bad Marillion songs.
You'll find no argument from me.
No. There's some people here will say they're all bad. But how do you like me adding Fishy's? That picture there, it's got the modern band now, and I had to find a picture of Derek to just pop him on the end. There is a couple of Fish era ones in there. Okay, Marathon Day Wednesday. We've got another sort of proggy band, and I know Dave likes these. It's a wonderful Beggars Opera.
Long forgotten.
But the apps are... Doesn't matter if you've only got 6, you can show them, Jason. Yeah, so we've got a bit of Beggars Opera. Great band. Very consistent band as well, all through their eras. Which then brings us to Thursday, and the last of the quarterfinals is Sergeant Pepper against Close to the Edge. Whoa.
I'm not saying where I'm going to put my vote, if I could vote.
Yeah. The Run Out of Dead Wax is the best. They've got a right comedian here, haven't we?
Yeah.
And
is he at the right bus stop?
Yes, at the right bus stop, yeah. Pick and mix in the camera's room. Something for Quo fans. A thing that Francis Rossi did at St. Luke's in London. It's quite fun as well. So we'll be doing that. That takes us round to Friday.
Tweet.
Yes, we have got the live albums of one of the best rock bands from Ireland, and from Wales.
We'll take them. We'll take them.
They are great though. They're very underrated. They should have been bigger than what they were. And it's a fantastic budgie. And we've got a brand new album from a band that I loved back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's the new album from Praying Mantis, Defiance. So that means we'll be able to do a full album ranking of Praying Mantis very, very soon. Hooray. And then, as we're not doing anything with Richard this week, we have the following week. Sorry, no pictures of silly wigs this week, I'm afraid. It's just us two Herberts. And we're going to do songs that were in movies top 10. So there you go. That's what we're doing next week.
And they're not soundtrack per se.
No, not a lot. Most of mine are mine. They're either in the film or they could appear on the radio in the film. So they're just songs that have appeared in movies. So there you go. So let's remove
Jason, it's a maximum of 10 that we'd like to set. A maximum of 10. You can include singles if you want. And the fact they're not all on vinyl doesn't matter.
No. Because in a few weeks' time, I won't be showing any vinyl.
Yeah, because you'll come to the end of your stash.
Yes. Anyway, time to look at some movies and bits of TV trivia, I think.
Okay, so there you go.
Okay, while you're doing that, you can put the link up to get everybody in as well, Dave, Mr. Producer.
No, I can't.
Oh, is it me that's the only one that can do that?
Yeah, you're the one that can do that.
Okay, well, I'll do that first. So I'm going to put the link up, and then I'm going to talk a load of old rubbish as usual.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. No, what's going on? My thing's going for... Ignore that one, folks. This is the one you want. There we go. Anyway, 1988. I went to the pictures quite a lot in 1988.
It was a relatively good year.
And one film I went to see was... I went to see The Naked Gun. Nice beaver. Yes, I've just had it stuffed. and lines like that. The wonderful Leslie Nielsen, absolutely brilliant Naked Gun. I watched that the other night, and it's absolutely hilarious. My favourite bunch of people, cops at the time, the Police Academy, and the very funny Police Academy 5. It's the one with when they went to Miami and Commandant Lassard took his goldfish with him.
Oh, good Lord, yes.
And it was a bank heist, and it's all good fun. Bit far fetched, but it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We had the first of the Die Hard movies.
It's not a Christmas movie.
Of course it is. And I watched this now, and it's very sad to find that that Bruce, he can't even talk now. He's in a bad way, but he has left us with some great movies. The best line in this, of course, is Yippee-ki-yay.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Going along. But this is the original one. Do you know the first time I saw this was on a boat going from Portsmouth to Sherwood?
Yes, you were sailing across the channel.
I was on my way to Poitiers on a cultural visit, a paid cultural visit. Phil Collins was making movies in 1980.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
The wonderful Buster. I was lucky enough to see the real Buster Edwards selling flowers on the embankment. I've got the soundtrack to this as well. I'm not showing that because I'm showing the movie. It's a very good movie. I really enjoy that. So that's some filmies. So TV. Christmas of 1988.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what we got? Christmas Blackadder. And the legendary scene of Baldric in a thong. And the flibbly dibblies and all that sort of good stuff.
I'm trying not to remember it because I'll corpse for laughter.
Yes. And on Christmas Day, we all sat round watching ITV to watch the TV premiere of The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yes, it was. It was a Christmas movie, yeah.
Yes, which is one of that one there. There it is. Mm-hmm. I think it's one of the best ones.
I didn't get to see it.
That's absolutely brilliant. And
no, I had to wait another 2 years to see that.
And a TV series that was on when I was as a kid in the summer holidays actually aired for the very last time on the BBC in 1988. So everyone must remember this series if you're of an age.
I was overseas at the time.
Yes, I love this. I still love it now. I picked this up last year and I thought, wow, I've got to have that. And it was so fun watching it again. All the episodes are on here. And it's got this video DVD. It's actually got the bit they did afterwards. There's a 20-minute thing that's all in French with subtitles. But it's absolutely...
was that the export thingy? The promo?
Yeah, it's the bit after the war and the marriage. You know when he thinks she's gone to his love interest has gone to the convent. Oh man! Thanks, Nick. And she thinks he's dead, and they meet and they get married and they live happily ever after. All long good stuff. So that's that's a little bit from.
Excuse me, I'm going to go find a bucket so I can vomit.
What?
Right.
So yeah, that's that was some of the other things. I mean, there's other things I saw which I haven't got. You know, so many good movies. I was always in and out of the cinema in 1988.
Evening Oak and Shield.
So apart from that, I've been not doing too much this week. I've had quite a quiet week, really. I've just been listening to stuff, behind the scenes stuff that, and
who's Mike off to see?
You are?
Who has Mike gone to see tonight?
I forgot. But I expect a report.
They were that memorable, were they?
Oh. If anyone wants to come up and say hello, I know Jimmy's hovering, but he doesn't want the graveyard shift. But there's no Mike tonight, so you might have to do the graveyard shift.
And Jason's hovering. Nick's having his dinner, but he might come up later.
Yeah, so anyway, well, Rocky this week has been he's been barking at shadows. He went out when it was sunny, and he saw his own shadow and started barking at it.
That's all right. There's a dog I know who'll bark at her reflection in the mirror.
Yeah, Jason should get the graveyard shift being a newbie, but the old fart is
brilliant.
Yeah, I've listened to. Obviously, tomorrow I'm going to be reviewing the new Blue Oyster Cult album, which I've been enjoying listening, and the Feeder.
Yes.
Yeah, the Feeder did come out a couple of weeks ago, but it's a double album, so it was
extra long listening.
Yeah, extra long listening. So I'm really up on that now.
Any word on Sabotage?
No, I keep looking. But there's nothing. So if anyone knows when it's coming up,
or why it's been postponed,
well, I know the lead singer has an operation on his back. So
right. Then they were maybe planning to release and go on tour, but if he's having medical procedure, then tour's not going to happen.
I did catch a bit on. About Bon Jovi. Now they've got a new album coming out on, I think, in June. There is a new documentary on Disney Plus.
I saw something somewhere.
Yeah, and I actually caught him on This Morning of all programs, and they were talking about touring, and he says, he's had some surgery on his vocal cords. And he said that he would like to go out touring, but if his voice is not up to it, he won't. And I think that's a very bold thing to say, and fair play to him. And all these rumours about him and Richie Sambora falling out, they actually watched this documentary together, and he said they never, ever fell out. He said that Richie had issues that he had to deal with, but they have never, ever fallen out. Because everyone that has contributed to this documentary sounds really good, actually. So there's all the good. He says, we haven't left out anything, all the bad stuff. Good evening, Elliot. So, so I'm looking forward to it, to be quite honest.
Let's see. June the 7th.
June the 7th, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. New album, Forever. And a single, Legendary.
Yes, it should be interesting to see. Obviously, in the studio, you can muck about with your voice a little bit. But
not on tour.
Not on tour, but at least he's addressed. He knew there was a problem, and
well, you mentioned it whenever you did their albums. You mentioned that his voice had gone.
Yeah, it has. So obviously he's had issues with his vocal cords. So he's had surgery on them. So there we are.
Oh,
It's
well, best of luck to him. Hope he recovers soon.
and who knows? We might get Richie Sambora back. You never know.
Yeah. Plus, his daughter's getting married.
Apparently, his daughter and his sons are all getting married this year. And he wrote a song for his daughter that I think's on the Crush album. And he's written a song that's on the album about that he's going to. She doesn't know about it yet, but there is one song that he's going to play for at their wedding. So that's nice of him. Yeah, because one of his sons is marrying Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, Jake.
Yeah. It makes you freak out that he's got a daughter of 30 as John Bon Jovi. And I mean, it was a really good interview. And that says, what would you give your, the same time, no, what would yourself give your younger self? He says, calm down. You're in for it for the long haul. So he's even admitted that they went at it too fast.
I mean, he would have had his wife would have fathered his daughter whenever he was 32 years old.
Yeah, because he is 60.
He's 62.
Yeah, so yeah. There was a bit. They were talking about the bit when they played the Giants, and he said he looked like he was a very excited chap. Yeah, it's a really good short little interview, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, to be quite honest. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, Bon Jovi, I loved them when they come out.
Apparently, he left very quickly.
Yeah, I saw them support Kiss back in '84. So that on their first trip to the UK, and they were fantastic. I saw them 3 or 4 times live, and yeah, that was good. So I'll put the link up. So if you want to come up and have a chat and show some records, I think I've got some. Well, winches that I appeared while that one's about. I always keep things in the back. So we went from the 12 inches I brought in 1988. There's not many.
Oh, okay. Let's stick you up. There you go.
So the first one I brought, is AC/DC.
Angus.
It's a great picture on the back. I do like that picture on the back. That's from the video. Now, Mike Oldfield didn't release any albums in 1988.
That photograph on the back.
Yes.
Is that the same location that they did another video?
I'm not quite sure.
It's either it looks like the same location for either Thunderstruck or Back in Black.
Maybe I don't know, but yeah, it's a great place. Yeah, Mike Oldfield released a single with this man.
Yes.
Shine.
Yeah, a rare occurrence.
Yes. It's a really good song as well. And the path on the backside, on the piece, it's even better. Iron Maiden did release an album, but they released this 12-inch, and this is a poster cover.
Ooh.
And it's to presume, because I went to see them, and look what the poster is.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, I were there. Yes, I did see all these bands. Halloween, Guns N' Roses, Megadeth, David Lee Roth and Kidd.
The Monsters of Rock.
The show.
That's a bit that's a bit of a dodgy cover, though, isn't it?
What, this one?
No, I mean to put the record in. Because
Yeah,
there's nothing to stop it sliding out.
That's the record.
Yeah, but there's nothing to stop that falling out of the cover.
No.
It doesn't have proper sides.
No, I've got it in a clear thing. Now, they're one of the support bands, the Kiss. I went to see them on the same tour, and they had this Australian band called Kings of the Sun.
Oh, nice
Black
one.
Leather, back with Bad Love and Vicious Delicious. I had it on cassette, and I had it on CD. But yeah, that was good. And Status Quo brought out an album, which is not one of my favourites, but I did like the lead single of it. Ain't Complaining. And the B-sides were 2 tracks I've not got, That's All Right, and Lean Machine. And then I brought this, not for the song, because I hate Dreaming, but it's got a track that was going to be on one of Rick solo album called Long Legged Girls. And then they put this thing called the Christmas Cake, the Quo Christmas Cake Mix, where I put together The Wanderer, Whatever You Want, Something About Your Baby I Like, Roll Over, Lay Down, Rain, Break the Rules, and Rocking All Over the World.
As a medley.
As a medley, which was quite good for doing discos to. So that's why I brought that.
Yeah. All right, stick side B on. We're good for 10 to 12 minutes. Let's go and get a beer.
Yes, it's got the 1986 World Tour on the back. So there we go.
All done.
Yes. So that's less than 12 inches.
Nobody seems to want to come up tonight.
Come on, who does? I'll put the thing up again just in case. What do we want? No, we want that one there. Well, there it is. It's up there. So if you want to come up and say hello.
Clear that.
Yeah, I just thought to say that there is going to be something coming up that Mike and I are doing, but we're not going to go into it, my final spiral. It's going to be a non-musical thing, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So there's a clue. And
Okay,
I'll give a quick plug for Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he'll plug it himself, but we'll be doing it. On Sunday, we are, like we did the 80 single, top 30 singles, we'll be doing the 70s.
That's all right, Jason. 10 or less is fine.
Yes, doesn't matter as long as if you want to show something.
He's checking dates.
He's checking dates.
It was recorded in 1921, but wasn't released until 1988.
Yeah. Well, there's quite a few like that. I mean, Tangerine Dream did do that. We'll find out in the 80s.
Yes. Yes, that caused an awful lot of head scratching, right? It might have been recorded then, but it was released here. Which decade do we put it in? So we bumped forward the year it's released.
Yeah, that's if you go onto any Tangerine Dream website, its release date is yes. I'm sure he'll come up and say it as well. Come on, Jimmy, you got to come up.
Elliot's not at home, so no records today. That's
all
right.
I'll just enjoy.
Yes. I hope you're making a profit.
Yes.
Excuse me a sec.
Okay. Yeah. For some reason, my comments thing. Yeah. Well, no, we're waiting until Jason comes up. Yes, Optical Race is 1988. Oh yes, Elliot, I did. Thank you very, very much, Elliot. And you mentioning Jimmy as well, and yeah, that was a great little video. You praised a lot of people, and thank you very much for the plug. Much appreciated. We enjoyed it.
I'm plugging back.
Yes, go and check out Elliot. What I'll do, I'll put out a special shout out in the description. I'll put his channel details. Go and check him out. The man has got a great selection of music, and we always enjoy. Yes, there we go. Jimmy as well. He appreciated the mention as well.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone he mentioned, he mentioned everybody that they've got a good stream, and as Elliot said, some don't suit other people, but that's what it's all about. There's plenty out there.
One of our bus stops is missing. Oops.
Hello.
Good evening, Nick.
Am I first in?
You're first in, yeah, tonight.
First in. I claim the £5.
Anyway, was you glad of the weather report?
My name is Harcourt Fenton Mudd, and I hold a copy of The Whistler's Fart. I played my £5.
Anyway, I managed to remember the weather report this week, Nick.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, you've had 2 weather reports this week.
Yeah.
I was sat in the cab of the truck, and I couldn't be asked to poke my head out the window and dangle me a bit of seaweed.
Oh, yes. So
it was warm and sunny in Birmingham this morning. Oh, here they all are.
I didn't want to be first because I get the graveyard shift. You can have it tonight, mate.
Go on, bugger off. Wait your turn.
No one wants it, do they?
No one wants to go first.
So we go that way.
I'm going to come down here and we can go up there. Yes, it was nice of Elliot to give the British live streams a mention,
Yeah, thank you, Elliot. And the podcast this Sunday, 8 p.m. UK time. We're doing another tier list. Ian's going to be doing the heavy lifting on this one because it's the 1970s top 30 best-selling singles in the UK. And I had to listen. There was one I didn't know at all, and there was a couple of others that I weren't overly familiar until I listened to them again. So, but I've listened. I know them all now, and I'm looking forward to ranking those with Ian and Jason this Sunday.
Yeah, I've gone a bit arrogant. I've not listened to any of it.
You won't need to, though, really, will you? You'll remember them all, won't you?
Probably.
No,
I did look at the top 30 singles, and I do know them all. So, yeah, I don't need to listen to them. I know exactly where I would pump them.
Wait till it's my turn. It won't be so much as a tier list and a tear jerker.
Yeah, that'll be 2 weeks later when Nick will be guesting with. Have I said what Nick's doing on ours yet? Or I'm leaving it as a surprise. I can't remember if I mentioned it or not.
Apparently, there's some sort of bloody expert turning up, but I don't know who it is.
Nick's our expert on something.
It'll be variations in the covers of Cars by Gary Newman.
Yeah. Oh, special, aren't we?
Yeah.
It won't be on bus stops, though.
I'll run you through the collection, disc by disc.
Oh, Zed's got cap locks.
Oh, dear.
Hawk Winter, Xenon Kodak. Yeah, that was a good album.
Yeah, no, he's got his caps lock on. He needs to take it off.
I better start doing my notes then.
No, you're all right, Zed. We're only pulling
for this chit chat then this weekend.
Yeah, and I need to do some homework for it as well.
Yeah.
Not as much as you, because I need you to do all the hard work.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm just worried just worried I'm going to make an ass of myself. That's all.
Yeah.
Again.
Look, Jason will be here, so you're not going to beat him in the arse awards. So
Rather harsh. Rather harsh.
you don't know him like I do.
Yes, and then the following one should be I got to do some heavy lifting again. This is get invited onto the sodcast and becoming the heavy lifter.
Yeah, you said you wanted to do that July, didn't you?
Was it July? I said, yeah.
Yeah, bring it forward if you want. I'm going by what you said.
Yeah, I think July will be a better month, to be quite honest.
Yeah,
I just got to do some heavy lifting myself. I've forgotten the record.
Move the baby out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh no, she's not here tonight.
Anyway, I'll tell you
Evening,
what,
Andy.
while he's doing his heavy lifting, I'll tell you what I found on ITV. And it was, good evening, Andy, a thing to celebrate Jerry Anderson.
Oh yeah.
And this orchestra, they played songs and themes from every Jerry Anderson series that he did. And
Where was that?
It's on ITVX. If you've got ITVX,
I don't know. We might have. I don't know how to work the telly, sir. That's my daughter's department.
yeah, have a word with the daughter and get her to put on the. It's basically a musical night of Jerry Anderson music, and it was fabulous. And it made me watch some Fireball XL5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've got Jerry Anderson vinyl here in the collection, but it's right at the bottom of the pile of the boxes, and I can't be bothered lifting them at the minute.
Yeah, Mike's got the spins. Is there a Smindful Record Store Day in the UK? Here in the States, I think the hype is bigger than ever.
Because we talked about it last week. There was some hype, but at the same time, if you're in the wrong place and you want a particular record, you've got to cross your fingers and hope.
I don't know if hype's the right word. I mean, it's prominent. I'm seeing on social media record store day this, record store day that, but I think it's been like that for some years now, hasn't it?
Yeah,
there's four things I want. I had a couple of maybes, but I don't think I'm going to bother. Maybe if they get reduced down the line, I'll look at them. But four that I want, I think I'm just going to do my usual and wait till Monday evening and order them online, because my local shop, Tallbird, who I can there they are. There's a tote bag. I think one of the suppliers they don't deal with, so there's going to be certain stock that they won't have on Saturday. So if I'm gonna go early on Saturday morning and get maybe 2 of the 4 I want, then I'm only going to need to order the other 2 things on Monday evening anyway, because I can't, I can only go to one record shop physically, and just for 2 items, it doesn't really seem worth getting up at the crack of dawn, etc. So yeah. Long story short,
there's a thing with a live album recorded at 76 at the Hammersmith Odeon, but I shall wait until Monday, I think.
Yeah. I've never missed out on any. I mean, there are only 3 things I got last year, and they're all easily available, widely available. So I'm pretty confident that I won't miss anything this time. So yeah.
And you don't know what the weather's like. I mean, it's been very inclement lately, isn't it? So you don't want to be standing in the queue and get wet for no reason.
Yeah.
Take an umbrella.
That's a good point, yeah. Yeah, that's the one I want, Mike. Yeah. That's the only one that really sort of made my ears go up. I know there's some Quo stuff coming out, but it's probably stuff I've already got. So let's see what happens anyway. So are you ready? Nick, have you got everything that you want to show?
Oh,
While you do that, I'm off looking for something. So
He's
It's-
off.
I thought Jimmy was going to be the gentleman and jump in.
I didn't join first. So.
Right. Well, I've got some albums, and I think I've got a 12-inch single as well. But
Oh, so I'll
or two. There's probably one here that you're banking on me showing. But I'll save that one till last. How about a bit of Tina Turner live in Europe?
Oh, that's a great album, that is.
It is. It is. Smashing album. The only thing that ruins it for me, Rod Stewart's on it. But you can't have everything, can you?
No, I was lucky I got Bryan Adams when I saw her.
I'd love to have seen her live, but alas, no.
Yeah, she was brilliant. Absolutely.
Cracking singer, beautiful woman.
Great legs.
Oh, not half.
I've seen them.
Didn't she insure them for lots of the Wonga?
She did actually, yeah. I think that I can't remember exactly how much they were actually insured for.
Yeah.
But insured for a lot of money.
Yeah, I've sort of come to appreciate her more since her passing, really, to be honest. I've always liked her as a singer. I mean, River Deep Mountain Eye, I absolutely adore that song.
Classic.
But yeah. Next, The Pride of Basingstoke.
Tanika, that's I can never say.
Yeah,
Ram.
Tanita Tikaram.
That's Richard's favourite female singer.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well done him.
Yeah, I'll be pleased to see. He'll love you showing that.
I always thought she was Canadian for some reason, but no. I think she was born in Basingstoke or something like that, or in that area. That's a good album. Some good songs in there. Twisting My Sobriety.
I like that one.
Yeah, good tune. Yeah, not cracking album, and that was only dirt cheap. Oh, should we show this one next? The King of Rudeness himself.
Judge Dredd, hey, live and lewd. Hey.
Yeah, yeah. I think this is either the very first or the only live album he did. I think. But it's more or less like a hits. A lot of his later sort of stuff after his sort of good period in the 70s. A lot of his stuff after that was more or less sort of hits, greatest hits type affairs. I was going to read a passage off the back of this, but this album contains many of my top 20 hits, including Big Six that sold over 200,000 copies on the ethnic market long before the record hit the British charts, giving me the distinguished title of the creator of white reggae and a lifetime ban on the British airwaves that included my charity record for Ethiopia back in '73, which was titled Molly. I will never forgive them for this act, as it was 12 years later that Band-Aid came on the scene, and the tragic plight of that said country could have been eased sooner by the playing of this song that was one of my only non-rude tracks. It came to a point that whenever he released a song, the powers that be never even bothered listening to it. They just banned it automatically because of his past history, as it were.
Cancel culture was even around then.
Yeah, and he even wrote a song for Elvis Presley. believe it or not. I've got an interview of his in an old record collector magazine. I'll have to dig it out sometime. Yeah, he wrote a song for Elvis Presley, but I think Elvis, rather inconsiderately, died before he got hold of it, something like that, you know. So yeah, Judge Dredd, live and lewd. I actually saw him about a month or so before he passed away, and I think I've told the story before. He had a heart attack when he came off, when he was coming off stage. I think his last words were, you know, a big round of applause for the band, and he suffered a heart attack, and ambulance was called. He had to be rushed to hospital quick, but the ambulance wouldn't start. It suffered a flat battery. So a load of skinheads and whatever were giving the ambulance a bump start. And the police turned up and they thought they were trying to pinch it or vandalising it, and they started arresting people. It was a right old comedy of errors. It was like something out of Two Ronnies, you know, one of these sketches. But yeah, the ambulance got started, taken to hospital, but unfortunately he died.
At least he died doing what he was good at.
Yeah. He actually was. He was a good singer. Wasn't a bad singer. I think he was the first white person to have a major hit in Jamaica, and he worked with the likes of Prince Buster as well. He did security in that Prince Buster.
Wow, that's saying something, isn't it?
Yeah. This is a compilation. Speaking of Prince Buster and Judge Dredd, that sort of music. Laurel Aitken, King of the Skinheads.
Oh, good grief.
I think, if I remember right, people think he was Jamaican, but I think he was born in Cuba. But he spent a lot of his life here in Britain. And I think he ended up living in Leicester at the end. That's where he passed away, I think. But yeah, I think the Skinheads sort of resonated more with Laurel Aitken than they perhaps did with Prince Buster. And that's how he got the nickname, King of the Skinheads.
Yeah,
he knew what proper skinheads were, not the Nazi scumbags that people think they all are, but he knew what proper skinheads were. And we can't have one of these sessions without a bit of King Kurt, can we?
no.
And this is a greatest hits album from back then.
Yes. I like the title of that album.
Yes, The Last Will and Testicle. Rather rude drawing on the back there, but we'll gloss that over. They're still going as well, King Kurt, in one guise or another. Sort of a fun time, sort of psychobilly type band. Yeah. Had a cult following, and the powers that be sort of got hold of them, and I think they fucking ruined them. But sorry, I think they ruined them.
Like
12-inch single, Sharp and Newman.
Oh yeah, I'd never heard that until when I did the Gary Newman thing, and I thought that was a really good song.
Some of this collaboration stuff he did with I forget his proper name now, Sharp. I think didn't he play keyboards or something like that for Shalimar or Shack Attack or something like that? I'm sure he did.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Bill Sharp, I think that's his name. But some of this sort of collaboration stuff is quite good. A lot of his sort of stuff from this era is good. You know, it's a bit dancey. There's a bit of electronic stuff in it. You know, like you'd associate with him. But yeah,
you were right. Shack Attack.
Yeah, I knew it was one of them sort of bands. Actually, where's that one I purchased? No, I shan't show that. I'll save that for another video. There's another Gary Newman.
New Anger.
Yeah,
Good track.
I got that from a car boot sale at Huntington Racecourse. I thought it was an album actually, but then it's a 12-inch single, Gatefold. Another great tune. I do love me Gary Newman stuff. I always pick it up whenever I see it and I haven't got it. Here's the one I reckon you're banking on me showing.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, The Madness. When they went through that sort of funny splitty up type period, and what shall we call the new band? And
Yeah.
not a bad album, not their best, but enjoyable. The main song on here, I Pronounce You, that's not a bad tune. I've got it on 7-inch single actually, but yeah, and that, as they say, is it.
Well, thank you very much.
Well done.
Some good records there.
Evening Chance.
Yeah, I do like that Will and Testicle.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd have an awful lot of 88 stuff. I've got 87 and 89, but when I was looking through my Discogs, I was quite surprised at what I found. I had a few 7-inch singles. I had an Altered Images one reissued on the old gold label from 88.
Yeah.
But yeah, quite pleased with what I've picked out actually.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw. Yeah, I ranked the Altered Images this week.
Yeah,
Yeah. Didn't like the last one, the mascara one. That was a bit too. For me.
I think I've only ever heard one by them, and is it Pink Blue or something?
Pinky Blue, yeah, it's a great album. That is my favourite. Well, I'm going to go next, Jimmy, so you can go last. No, because you don't like being the first, so I'll let you go last. So sit back and relax, mate.
There you go.
Okay, well, we've talked about them tonight already because they've got a new album, but in 1988, their best album came out in my books. The brilliant New Jersey. It's got tracks like Lay Your Hands on Me, Bad Medicine, 99 in the Shade, Homebound Trail, Blood on Blood. Saw them on this tour. Absolutely a brilliant song. It's on that. Another great album from 88. The debut album from the wonderful Tracy Chapman. And the album Fast Car. I can see a nod of approval from Jimmy there. I can see what I can see. It's a great album. This is Fast Car's brilliant. Talking about Revolution, brilliant album. I do like Tracy Chapman, and that was a great debut album from her. Can't believe it came out in 1988 though. Next, another Van Halen album, the OU 8112. Mine All Mine's on here. When Is It Love? Good album. Probably the best of the Van Hagar albums. Really good album. 1988, I went and saw Quo 6 times in a matter of weeks. And I had a support band, and this is the first time I heard Early Moon Suite from Canada. And these are the guys that did the theme tune to the original Lethal Weapon. Yeah, they're still going now. They released an album earlier this year. Also, we had, of course, another Iron Maiden, my favourite Iron Maiden album. The last one Adrian Smith did before whatever one it was, Brave New World. Saw them on this tour twice, Donington and at the NEC, when they recorded Made in England. Moonshoal's brilliant on here. Cannot Play with Madness, which features Graham Chapman from Monty Python. Evil That Men Do. Seventh Son, The Seventh Son is a great title track. Another album that came out, and I saw these live as well. I can't remember who they supported. It was the debut album from Dare, which was Dan Weldon, who was the keyboardist in Thin Lizzy. And this album features on keyboards a certain Dr. Brian Cox. And I do believe that there
Yep.
is Dr. Brian Cox.
Yep.
So I saw Dr. Brian Cox as a keyboard player, not as the new Patrick Moore. So Van Halen released an album, so out comes David Lee Roth with Skyscraper. I actually saw David Lee Roth on this tour. It was a fantastic show. Stevie Vai was on guitar. Billy Sheehan was on the bass guitar. Can't remember who was drumming, but brilliant. They did this. They did all the sort of Panamas and that, and a boxing ring in the middle of the NEC. Absolutely brilliant show, and this is one of my favourite albums by David Lee Roth. My next one, Europe, Out of This World. I went to see them on this tour. This one, back in 1988, it's on red vinyl.
Nice.
It's a bit of a poppy album, but it has got another version of Open Your Hearts on here. It was the first album without John Norum, who's left. It was Lee Markello on the guitars then. That was the band at the time, lots of hair. Also, a certain rock band released a live album. Nobody's Perfect, Deep Purple. I saw them on this tour. And it's got a re-recorded version of Hush. Now, Ian Gillan had to make one album with Virgin to finish his contract. So he asked Mr. Glover, and they brought it up accidentally on purpose. There's a picture from the time. Some great tracks on here. Clouds of Rain is beautiful. Evil Eye. There's a great little track here called I Thought No, and it's about a guy getting himself in trouble with a prostitute and her the pimp.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Also, Previous Friend, Tripitch came out, double album, and this is one of my gifts from Mike. This one is also on coloured vinyl. This one is just on a plain white. It's a great album, one of my favourite albums. And the last one, and it's the last time, folks, that I will be showing an album by this band. It's the same year that Fish left the band. It's the live album, Gaza Ladra, Thieving Magpie. I put this out because Fish left the band. And these, but this is taken on 2 or 3 tours, all put together. So you've got bits from the 13 at Straws tour, the Miss Charles tour, and the Fugazi tour. So that's one of my favourite covers as well. It's a painting of the band by Mark Wilkinson. And yeah, so there we go. There's my bit.
Oh, lovely.
Well done.
Thanks very much, chaps. So there's no more Marillion to show now.
Why did he leave? Why did he leave the band then?
There's a lot of things, but I think the main reason was because EMI put them under so much pressure. When they made Misplaced Childhood and they toured for 2 years, and instead of letting them have a break, They wanted them. They had to go into the studio to record Clutching at Straws, and he didn't. And Fish was getting. He didn't want to play big stadiums. He hated playing big stadiums, and he just had enough. They're all still friends, as far as I know. So it's just a musical thing. But he went on and did his own thing. Yeah, I do know that he was frustrated and was tired. They were all physically tired. And he said if it weren't for EMI forcing them out to go on the road and record again, they would have never split up. That imprint, all that time they had to spend together, there was no breaks. You know, you come off a world tour. You know, they started it in '85 and they didn't finish it until late summer of '86. And then they had to go into the studio and record Clutching at Straws, which came out in '87. And then back out on tour. And I think they just fizzled out. It's a shame because, you know, they could have gone on. But if that had happened, Dan. Yes, Dave's just found the quote from... Yeah, he's absolutely right. And I know that's true. Because I was told by the man himself. So
it's always the powers that be that make the money, isn't it?
Yeah. It's such a shame because I think they wanted a rest. If they'd have said, okay, take 6 months off. Or, you know, take a year off and then go and resume. I don't think they'll split up. I don't think Fish should have left. They'd have had the time to reflect. But that's EMI for you.
Yeah.
So
all money.
No. Yes, Rocky. Anyway, you can't put it off any longer, Jimmy.
Bring it.
Uh-oh.
You mean business?
Start with something small, so I need my bin.
So this is
Right. Have you any cards up your sleeve? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, there you go. Oh,
Right.
before you do, Ian, check WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah. Take your time. Anyway, off you go. Sorry, Jimmy.
It's all right. 10 items. Starting out with a mini disc. I was going to say it's a bit of a cheat, this, because the mini disc didn't come out until 1999 and it's a compilation album, but the original compilation album was 1988. I did double check all my dates, and it is that one, if it doesn't glare too much, the Story of the Clash Volume 1.
Ooh.
This set, very comprehensive. I mean, you all know the Clash. Any of my favourites on here. Always Love Bank Robber, Safe European Home, White Riot, Janie Jones, London's Burning. Yeah, it's a punk and post-punk. I don't really like the term, but you know, and they did some good reggae as well for a white band. I've got all the Clash on mini disc, all the ones that are available. The Cut the Crap album never came out on MD. There was never a volume 2. Apparently, that was supposed to be a live album, but it didn't come out. But they did eventually release a live album at the end of the 90s as kind of like a compromise, which I also have, but that's not relevant for today. Album on CD. Couldn't really sit through 1988 here without showing Introspective by Pet Shop Boys, another one in the 2-disc Further Listening series. So it's got lots of good B-sides and demos and a couple of alternate mixes on the second CD. Only 6 tracks on the main CD, on the main album, because it was... They wanted to release an album where every track was like a 12-inch extended mix rather than it being sort of shorter, album length tracks or single edits. But it's really good. And I watched the Pet Shop Boys documentary. It's a new one. It's only been up on iPlayer a couple of days. Apparently, Introspective is the best-selling Pet Shop Boys album of all time internationally, which surprised me. I did rank it. It's ranked at 7 out of 14, so it's right at the halfway point. I do really like it, but I think my top 10 at least Pet Shop Boys, I love them all. So, while number 7 doesn't sound great, I still think it's a great album. But I can see why some people maybe don't rate it massively because of the, there only being 6 tracks on and they're all extended mixes. I think 1988 is my favourite year for singles, actually. So I'm going to show 5 singles here. First one. Now, if Stevie's vinyl cupboard was here, he'd clock this and he'd probably think that I was cheating or that I'd made a mistake, but I haven't. So last week, Stevie showed the 12-inch single for True Faith by New Order. Well, I'm going to show this version. Now then, the reason I'm showing it this week is because, yes, the original single on vinyl came out in 1987. This edition came out the following year, 1988, because, and I don't know if you can really tell in this light or with this crappy camera that I've got, but this is the CD video. So this is the only one of these I've got. I'll get it out and give you a better look to her. It's basically a shrunk down laser disc with like a stereo audio on it. That's basically what CD video is. I remember I used to have some equipment years ago and I could actually play the video. I think it was only like a DVD player, but it had the capability to play this CD video. I mean, the True Faith video is available, everywhere.
Is there any difference between that 88 release and the 87 one?
Well, tracks wise, no. I mean, the tracks.
The actual song itself, True Faith.
Well, excuse me. Stevie showed 2 versions of the True Faith 12-inch. He showed the normal one, which has got the same cover as this, and the remix edition. And what they've done here, the audio tracks on here are the remix of True Faith. And then there's a track called Evil Dust, which is basically a remix of a track from Brotherhood called Angel Dust. And then track 3 is True Faith, the 7-inch, which would have obviously been on the 7-inch single. And then track 4 is the video, for True Faith. So it's kind of like it's a hodgepodge of what came previous. But they did do one for Blue Monday 1988. I'll never pick that up. This was quite expensive, and I just thought it'd be interesting to show, as technically it did come out in 88, but
because I wouldn't mind buying that on 12-inch single to go with my Blue Monday, but if the versions are slightly different or whatever it is, I don't want to end up buying one I don't like.
I mean, if you want kind of like the standard, the standard version, just look for the cover that's the same as this one. That's the one you want. I mean, whether you care about it being original or a reissue, because it did get reissued. That was late last year when Substance and everything came out. So yeah, that's the one to look out for, with the blue and gold leaf. Another single that I really love from 1988 is this one. I've not got anything else by this group in my collection. It's Level 42, Heaven in My Hands. Just a really great pop song, this. Just one I've always liked, and I picked it up cheap a few years ago. The B-side is something called Gresham Blues, and although I will have listened to it, I can't tell you whether I like it or not because I can't remember. A single, I know Jason's a big fan of this, and I think we were talking about her a little bit, if not last week, then the week before. But the brilliant Buffalo Stance by Name of Cherry, that was a 1988 single and one of the best singles of the year for me, produced by Tim Simonon from Bomb the Bass. The B-side is the Electro Ski Mix, which I really like the B-side because basically it's like an instrumental version. And I kind of like instrumental versions of certain tracks, especially, dancey ones like this. More novelty, but I still think it's a cracking single, is this one, Edelweiss and Bring Me Edelweiss. So this samples, it samples ABBA. That's the main sample in it. Also, it riffs on Edelweiss from The Sound of Music, obviously. This came about, Edelweiss came about thanks to the manual, the book that the KLF wrote when they'd had a #1 as the Time Lords. Edelweiss supposedly followed that to the letter to bring me Edelweiss out. So this is thanks to the KLF, indirectly at least. So another reason to love the KLF. Some people think this is kind of throwaway, a bit trashy, but I love it. I think my favourite single, maybe not counting anything from the likes of New Order or Pet Shop Boys, but my favourite single from 1988 is one of my early introductions into world music, and it's the wonderful Im Nin Alu from Ofra Hart. Oh, this is fantastic. I think it was technically a reissue, but it had come out in Israel because that's where she's from, and maybe other parts of the world, either earlier in 88 or maybe even 87, I'm not sure. Side 1 is presumably the radio edit. Side 2 is the extended mix. Both are fantastic. Love Ofra Hart. I managed to pick up her final album on vinyl. It was reissued last year, and she does like an up-to-date version of Im Nin Alu. And although it's not as good as the kind of original, but it was really a remix of an original. I'm really glad I got that album, and quite tragic that the way she passed away at a relatively young age. That's fantastic. That probably my best single of 1988, and that's saying something because there's a lot of good singles that came out that year, and I could have shown more, but obviously I'm limited to 10. I've got 3 albums on vinyl to show. Yeah, it's Yellow Time again with Flag, of course.
Oh, I used to have that.
Everyone knows the big single off here, The Race.
Yeah.
From Nuns on the Run.
Yes, I believe it was. It's been some years since I've seen that, but yeah, it's on that. My favourite Yellow single of all time is actually track 2 on here. Of Course I'm Lying. I think it got top 30 in the UK, that single. I love that. It's difficult to describe it really. It's quite slow paced, but that's a great track. Of Course I'm Lying. Go and check it out if you're not familiar with it. Tied Up, I think, was a single as well, but didn't really do anything over here. Track number 4 on side A is called Blazing Saddles, but I don't think it's got much, if anything, to do with the film of the same name. Well, it's Yellow. I've got to show some Yellow today, given that they released that in 1988. Penultimate album is Enya's second album, Watermark. This was a reissue that I picked up recently. I've also got this on mini disc, but I thought I'd show the vinyl just because it's bigger and vinyl looks best, as we know. I ranked this at 4 out of Enya's 8. There again, it's the halfway point, so it doesn't sound massively impressive, but I love everything that Enya does. So, like Tanita Tikaram or Tikka Masala, as I think Ian nearly called her, it's Richard's favourite female artist. Enya, I think, is always going to be my favourite female artist of all time. I know she's not to everyone's taste, but
it's just great. I'm a big fan as well, so that is
definitely.
Yeah, I just her music just it makes me feel things, And lastly, follow up to their album that I showed last week, 1987, what the FUCK is going on, was their second studio album, The Jams, also known as the KLF. On the back is the first album, 1987, being burnt in Sweden when they were forced to by ABBA. And this is called Who Killed the Jams? And I will show you the insert because we seem to like these merchandise selling inserts. This one's a really good one, actually, because it just shows their complete discography of KLF Communications, the record label, up till.
Well, mark it from last week's, and not someone doing a drawing in.
This one, they spent a bit of money on this one. It's glossy and it's actually got proper images on it, not just some drawings. But I really love the KLF and the Jams, whatever you want to call it. I went on a collecting binge for them last year. And this album, I mean, 1987, I talked about it last week. That album was expensive. It's so rare. This one, I think, was quite a reasonable price. They still, you have to do a little bit of digging to get a lot of this stuff for a fair price. But I think this one was pretty good value, really, all things considered. But yeah, that's mine for 1988. Finishing with the Jams and Who Killed the Jams, and then they would become the KLF a matter of months later, I believe. All right, thank you.
Well done.
Yes, Dave sent me a thing that on Record Store Day, Monty Python. It's the 50th anniversary since Live at Drury Lane. So that's
Did you notice it's a picture disc?
It's a picture disc as well.
Yeah.
So is Rumours and the Doctor Who. All three are picture discs.
Oh, good evening, Miami Dave. Yeah, I've obviously got my Out of the Blue. I mean, they're a lot better than they were in the 70s and 80s. But I don't know if I'm on picky disc. I mean, I've got Live at Drury Lane.
Yeah, that's what I want. The thing, I got the re-release Life of Brian on picture disc. I think it was 2019 or something. I mean, I wasn't collecting a lot of vinyl at that point. I got that in more recent years as something inside one of those mystery boxes, like record mystery subscription boxes.
Yeah.
And I got one of the mispressings where after a while on side 2, tracks start overlapping. So basically, like half of side 2 is unlistenable. And they did correct it, and they brought out without the faults of it, like probably, I don't know, shortly after. But the one I received, but I haven't got rid of it, even though it's technically a faulty album. Because it still sounds funny. And if you didn't know, you'd think, hang on, Python have done this deliberately, that laying 2 tracks on top of one another. So it's quite a funny thing to have, but it's listenable, really. Not that side, anyway.
It's a bit like is it another Monty Python record where it starts off of the songs from the wood chopping.
Oh,
Is that Drury Lane one? Is it got like a stage with a curtains either side?
Yeah,
yeah. I've got that behind me somewhere.
Blue, and it's a blue disc, which whenever you roll it out, comes with the foot.
Excellent.
Yeah, I had someone copied all their Monty Python onto disc for me. So I've got it, but I don't have the physical form of it. I've just got all their stuff on my iPod. I got most of that. I think I've got everything they put out on DVD. So yeah. There's an idea. Ranking Monty Python.
Hmm.
That'd be an interesting one to do. Give you an idea, that is. Yeah, so I don't. Looks like we're the only ones tonight. They're all. I know Mike's at a gig.
Wasn't Jason sorting out some records? I mean,
He
hasn't
reckons it'll be next week.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
left it too late. Yeah, I messaged him and I said, if you're planning on coming up, just get your stuff done well in advance, like what I do. I'm sort of rummaging through mine like an hour before, really. But no, he left it till the last minute. Yeah.
I was going to do record store day myself, but I ain't going to bother now. There's one record in particular I wouldn't have minded, but the shop I was going to go to, he'd only got one copy of it,
Ouch.
and I thought, yeah, well, do I get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and then drive over to the shop and then sit in a chair and not move? I thought, well, sod it, I can't be bothered doing that. So I had a look on Discogs and I found the record for less than what they were asking. Brand spanking new in the shrink, and with the postage and packaging, it was still cheaper than what the record store day picture disc version was. So I've got that here. But there's some good bits I wouldn't mind, but I don't know. I can't be bothered with it all now. I used to hate record store day for what it had become. You know, people buying stuff, and then before you know it, it's on eBay for triple the price.
Yeah, that's what annoys me. People that go there, then they try and double it. And nah. I mean, I might get that thin Lizzie, but I won't get it on.
I'm sure I've seen the shop where Mike mentioned it last week. I think it was Buxton Village near St. Neot, just off the A1. I've been watching his videos of him unboxing stuff and getting it ready to put in the racks and all that. I'm sure I've seen the Thin Lizzy album. But how many copies he's got, I don't know. But the thing is, a few years ago, Madness brought out One Step Beyond single on picture disc. It was a shaped picture disc. And I thought, shall I, shan't I? And before I actually managed to get out and have a look for it, I was checking on eBay and online and all that sort of stuff, and people were paying 33 quid for it or whatever it was, and they were bleeding flogging it for 100.
I don't get that. That's a pointless.
Yeah. I thought, you thieving, oxygen stealing bastards.
Yeah, it's
Rip-off merchants.
Yeah, they're blatantly bragging about it. You know, I managed to get hold of 3 copies. I've got one. I've got 2 here. I'm going to bang on eBay. I see it going for as much as 120 quid, I think it was. No.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, sod it.
I dislike people doing that.
Yeah.
Because they're profiteering. I mean, it's like
I knew a couple of people, honest people, who brought more than one copy. They brought one to themselves and they auctioned the other one off for charity, and the money did go to charity.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, I ain't got a problem with that.
Yeah.
They were honest, you know, about it all. The money did go to the chosen charities.
Yeah.
But
no, it's whenever you spend 30 quid and you charge, 120, 130.
Yeah.
Because people are desperate because they couldn't get it at the time, and I desperately want that. I'll spend a fortune. It's like, what's her name? Taylor Swift. Her tour tickets are selling out in minutes. And they closed down some dark website yesterday or today. They reckoned they've got, I think it was 20,000 names that they're emailing people to say, you got scammed. Go
Yeah.
and see your bank, go and see this, go and see that. I mean, there was one woman paid 600 quid for 2 tickets to a Taylor Swift concert.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm no Taylor Swift fan, but Christ almighty, I wouldn't pay that much to see Slade, reformed Slade playing live.
Oh, I mean, I remember the ticket touts back in the day. You'd be paying 15 quid for a ticket, and they'd want 40 quid.
Yeah.
Back in the day, anyone got tickets? My mate once shouted, "Yeah, we have. We're sensible. We buy them off proper people, not you."
Well, a group of us used to go up to Old Trafford once a year to see United play Liverpool, and I brought a ticket off a tout to get in Stretford End, 22 quid, and I was sucking in wind back then. 22 quid. Christ almighty, it probably cost you 122 quid now.
Yeah. I mean, the first concert I went to cost me 6 quid. My T-shirt cost me 4 quid, and my programme was 3 quid.
Good blimey! They make the money on the T-shirts and programs and stuff like that, don't they? That's where they get you.
Yeah.
And of course, if you want a beer or whatever it is and a hot dog, you need a second mortgage.
Oh god! First concert I ever went to. £10 for 2 tickets. Seated in the second row.
And
Yehudi menuing.
good blimey! You still had enough change for your bus fare home and a bag of fish and chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, first unsuccessful date with a girl from work.
Yeah, well, I was after the X-ray specs picture disc, Conscious Consumer, and I think it was about 35 quid. I found it cheaper on Discogs.
Wow.
Still in the shrink, unopened, unplayed.
Ooh. How much less?
Including the postage and packaging, I think it was about 5 quid less, something like that. Plus, I didn't have to go through the hassle of getting up early, driving all the way down past St. Neots.
Yeah.
In the vain hope
you saved
I'm going to get
the
to
petrol money and the time, the coffee, and a bacon sarnie.
Oh, so, yes. Yeah.
Well,
so in all honesty, there are other records I wouldn't mind, but Madness have got a 12-inch version of Embarrassment. The first time it's ever come out, a 12-inch single. Do I want it? Nah, not really. I've got the 7-inch single. I don't think there's anything new in the 12-inch version that's going to tickle my fancy.
No.
There's a Prince Buster hits double album of him on the Blue Beat label. I've got a load of Prince Buster stuff in the boxes behind me. 12-inch singles, albums. Do I need that? Nah, not really.
You said about concert tickets. I was at this Monsters of Rock, right? And the ticket for the day was £16 and 50 pence.
Bloody hell.
And on the day, they were $18.50.
Good God.
I remember you going to Milton Keynes Bowl with PK because I dropped the two of you off.
Yeah.
And I seem to remember the tickets cost you less than 20 quid and you took about 30 or 40 quid for beer and beer and hot dogs, sarnies, whatever. You took
Yeah.
more with you, each cash-wise for food and keep yourself fueled than the
Yeah.
tickets cost.
Yeah. God, that was a long time ago.
That was
A
back.
load of us went Milton Keynes Bowl in my cranky old Series 3 Land Rover. See, we went to see Guns N' Roses with the Colts supporting them.
Oh.
And we went on the Sunday. I think on the Saturday, it pissed it down with rain. And cars and vans were getting bogged up in the old car park. There's me, put it into four-wheel drive, and off I go. Cheerio. I'd have made a fortune towing cars out. I should have took a tow rope with me.
When was that? Who did we go and see? I can't remember. Was it Metallica or with Bon Jovi? I can't remember.
I don't know because I wasn't there. I was heading on to work.
I think it was Bon Jovi.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, because it was
It was summertime.
Yeah, it was. They played there because, unfortunately, at that Monsters of Rock, someone got stabbed.
Oh, was that the stab or was that the bottle incident?
And that was the stabbing.
Right.
And they put it up on the news. And in them days, we didn't have mobile phones, so all the parents knew that we didn't.
Yeah,
didn't know.
panicking.
Yeah, it was Bon Jovi. Thank you very, very much, Archie.
86 Monsters of Rock. Nah.
No, it would have.
No, it would have been after 86. This would have been 90.
That could have been Metallica then.
88, 91, 93, 94.
Yeah, probably 94. I can't remember. I know we went to two because we worked one and we went to one.
Oh, did I drop you? Oh, did I drop you to the work one?
Well, if it was the work one, it was Metallica. Yeah, we it was Metallica.
Yeah, because we went via Silverstone because of the traffic.
Yeah.
There was something on the motorway, and we went via Silverstone and came in sort of the roundabout route.
Yeah, that's when we went to. We was doing. Yeah, I was doing so good security at Metallica. That's when we wandered round. That's where we met them lads that were having it because Diamond Head were on. We was having a wander around. We were supposed to be working, and then they were saying about, they've nicked one of Metallica's songs. That's when we had to tell them that. Yeah, this is a Diamond Head song.
I agree. Never pay for a ticket in a system where the prices go up as demand increases. Yeah, I agree. Cool. Open Shield. Wow. 130 euros for Neil Young in 2003. Wow. That's bloody expensive back then.
A concert, a big concert, was at Hampden Park. That's the AC/DC.
Jimmy can read his own comment.
Yeah, I'm seeing Pet Shop Boys in June. 2 tickets near the front. They cost just under £200 for both, not each. Thank God.
Bloody hell.
I think certainly for a big act like Pet Shop Boys, and it's an arena show as well, that's probably quite reasonable, really, because they're good seats. You know, I was lucky as well. I got the last 2 seats in the whole of the front section as well.
Oh,
so
nice.
Just timed it right, and there was none left except 2. I thought, right, getting them.
There you go. Mike reckons it doesn't seem too bad for a band as big as Pet Shop Boys. It should be a fun show.
Yeah.
Let's see. Open Shield, 86 Monsters.
They charge you more now to, like at Wembley Arena, to stand down in the front instead of the seats.
The mosh pit. That's where they make their money.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw loads of bands at Leicester de Montfort, and you pay about £6 to go into Leicester de Montfort. If you wanted to sit on the balcony, it cost you a tenner, you know. Yeah, we'll go in the cheap seats. I suppose
I forgot how much we paid to see Sham 69 at the Road Mender. I think it's about 25 quid. I think it was something like that. That was a good night. Support bands were bloody good. Jimmy Percy was excellent.
The Road Mender used to be good.
Yeah, I saw a Japanese rock band there called Battle Royale. And I saw Gun. And I saw Oasis.
You saw them before they became really big, didn't you?
Oasis, yeah. Because my mate Graham, his band, he was a drummer. They supported Oasis. We didn't see the whole. We left it before the end of Oasis.
Oh, Mike got something rare. Oh, Pick passes extra money. He was in the pit for a Hollywood Vampire one. Johnny Depp threw him a pick. But he didn't throw you the whole box of them.
I got something picked as something I got thrown. When I went to see Judas Priest at the Aston Villa Leisure Centre. Nick, it was like going to see a gig at Ling's Forum.
What's his name? Is it Halford? Is it Rob Halford?
Yeah.
He didn't throw you his leather-studded thong, did he?
No, he didn't. It was Scott Travis. He threw his drum kit stick, and I just put my hand up and caught it.
Oh, no.
I gave it to someone else who was a bigger fan of.
No. We saw, me and the missus saw Toya at the Road Mender, but Toya never threw her knickers at me. I was rather disappointed.
I remember when we went to see Bon Jovi on the New Jersey tour. He was being supported by Lita Ford, ex-Runaways, and we took my mate's brother, and it was his first concert. He was 12 years old. He loved Bon Jovi, so his mum said, "Yeah, you can go." And then Lita Ford come out, and we was quite near the front. And I think it's the first time I'd seen ladies' flesh. His eyes nearly popped out of his head. And I know Neil watches it. I mean, his brother Ian. So if you're watching this, Ian, yes, I remember you with your eyes popping out your head at Lita Ford. Yeah, that was a good gig. That was, because it's where the stage, Bon Jovi's stage, they all come out of the stage on like the platform.
Oh, the lifts, yeah.
Are you still wanting to see the Soap Girls?
Yes, I've £13.50. I think the tickets are.
It's on a Friday, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to organise. I was going to.
I'll book the day off work.
Okay, I'll sort out the tickets this week.
Yeah.
Is it just me and you?
Yeah, because I think my daughter's going away or somewhere on the weekend, and I don't think she wants to go out on a Friday, or she's going somewhere else. I don't know.
Leave it with me, Nick. I'll get them tickets sorted out this week.
And they're a car park, multi-storey.
Yeah, there's a multi-storey car park next to it, yeah.
Is it safe to park there?
Yeah, it's where we always park there when we get there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll when I go in work tomorrow, I'll book the day off.
Yeah, I'll sort that out. Probably sort that out tomorrow as well. I'll sort that out. Then I'll get that sorted. Have a good night now.
Yeah. I've heard. I've never seen them in person, but I've heard they're a good group. I know people who have seen them.
Yeah, there's a couple of bits of them on the YouTube.
Which bits?
Yeah, they don't wear much.
No, I know that. This
Yeah.
is probably why I'm going. I'll take the glasses with me.
Yeah, and take some tablets to put under your tongue.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Friday, May the 10th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Friday, yeah.
10th, yeah.
Anyway, I think tonight, as it's only the third, we'll call it a quits tonight because I need to get up early tomorrow. So we just need an album to show.
Oh, go on then.
Yeah, what's about? I think I'll show that one.
3, 2, 1. There you go.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, hang on. Jason says he can show 5.
Can he? Shall we let him on?
No.
Yeah, come up, Jason. We'll have you up here before we go. We'll have to do another one now.
Yeah.
There's always one, isn't there?
And Romuald has appeared.
Oh, we weren't with
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. Right, come on then,
There you go.
Jason. If anyone else comes up, we will carry on.
Yeah.
I went Huntington car boot sale last Sunday. Picked up some stuff. Couple of albums, some singles. Some of those CDs you get with the papers.
Oh, yes.
Paul McCartney.
Oh, that's brilliant. It's still in a record shop.
Oh, live in Los Angeles, yes.
It's still in a record shop. Very good.
That's it, Amoeba.
Yeah, it's.
If you want it, you can have it. I don't intend keeping it because I'm not a Paul McCartney fan.
God, really, yeah, I've only got it on. I sort of nicked it off the radio.
Ooh.
Very nice. Once upon a time, wow.
They're only 30p each. If I see stuff like that, what I think people will like, I'll pick it up and buy it. And I've already got a copy of this, but I couldn't help myself.
Oh, Oliver, brilliant.
Like the Lionel Bart version. Yeah.
Oh, the proper version.
Yeah. Love the film. Love the film. So, do you want the Simple Minds one as well?
Yeah, go on. Thank you very much.
Do you want the Oliver?
Go on then. I'll buy you a packet of crisps.
No, that's at least a bacon sarnie and a coffee.
No, you're right. I don't want nothing for them. Like I say, but if I see stuff like that, I'll pick them up and buy them. They're only pennies. So there you are.
And making his debut on the Thursday night stream is Jason. Hello, you're on
Jason,
mute.
you're on mute at the moment.
Yeah, Jimmy's shaking, isn't it? Is he better on mute?
Ah, there we go.
Yay! Well done.
Okay, right, sorry. It was fannying around trying to let me in. Okay, I couldn't find everything I wanted to. My albums were all over the place because we've been having a major change around. Anyway, first of all, I'll give an honourable mention to Straight Out of the Jungle by the Jungle Brothers. That was the one I was trying to find. Can't find it, don't know where it is, but I know I've got it. Right? That was a really good album and basically got me back into hip hop, really. So yeah, that was that. But I've got 5 to show you. So if you're ready,
yeah,
off you go.
right? Okay. First one is, and I think I've got my dates right. This was part of the problem, right?
Yeah,
Have
I've
you
got
seen
the
that?
12-inch of that, but I couldn't find it.
I've got all of them. I've got remixes of the whole lot. This is, I don't know how many of you have seen these. It's a mini CD.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I had Don't You Forget About Me on mini CD.
Yeah,
I've still got it.
Yeah.
I got that and Man-Child on CD. I would have done the More Like Sushi, but that's not out till next year, so I couldn't do that one. The next one I've got now, I believe Jimmy will correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure he mentioned this a minute ago, right? In fact, I'll take it out of the plastic sleeve so you can see it better. And it is New Order.
Yeah, that's the 1988 mix. Yep.
That is good. I thought I had it right. Yeah, so that's very good. I do like that a lot. Probably one of their best songs. Apart from True Faith, possibly, and maybe a couple of others. I know Jimmy absolutely loves them, so he'll probably disagree with me on that, but you know.
Yeah, sure.
Excuse me, sorry, I got a stinking cold. Just it was I thought it was just worth picking up because the first time I ever heard this, believe it or not, was on the Commodore 64. If you can imagine, with the old 8-bit music.
Yeah.
So that was kind of weird, and I thought I love that. I'll have to get it, I have to get it sometime. It took me years to get to it. Okay, the next one is where are we? If I can get it around the right way, right, and it is Bomb the Bass, Into the Dragon.
Ooh,
First
blimey.
one. Yeah, anybody remember Beat This?
On the bass,
Yeah.
And Mega Blast as well. And they also did a cover of what was it? Say a Little Prayer by Aretha Franklin. So that's really cool. And this was the reissue. I've got the original on CD. But there we are. I don't know if you can see that.
Very blue.
Nice blue.
Yeah. So there we go. Really great album. I think I like their earlier stuff as they progressed because they became a lot more song orientated. But they, this was sort of like really the start of, I suppose, what you call British house music, wasn't it? With stuff like Bomb the Bass and what have you. Not Bomb the Bass. I've just said that, idiot. Sorry. My brain is all over the place at the moment. I meant pump up the volume.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
We knew what you meant.
That's all right then. I'm glad somebody did because I didn't.
You bet.
Right. This next one, guy I believe only ever did one album, and he died far, far too young. And I don't think I'm going to be able to take it out of the plastic sleeve. So there'll be a bit of. Oh no, I've got it. It's right. I didn't think I'll be able to take it out of the plastic. And it's British rapper Derek B. I don't know if anybody remembers him. Or him, I should say. He did.
As you said, he died quite young, didn't he? I know he's no longer with us.
Yeah. His main ones were Good Groove, Bad Young Brother, and We Got the Juice. I think these are all on there. I'll show you the back. But it's very much in with Public Enemy and all that lot. So I don't know how powdy they were, but certainly associates, if nothing else. I quite like the insert as well because the logo.
That's a good logo. I like that logo.
It's quite nice. It'd be good to have on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And then I've just got
to get thrown out of everywhere because it's got guns on it. But
well, yeah, true. But mind you, having a thing with Bomb Track on it by Rage Against the Machine T-shirt. And I've even got an Iron Maiden COVID T-shirt, which I've never worn for obvious reasons. Excuse me. Sorry. Anyway, the final one, a lot of people will know this, is Living Colour. And there you go.
Brilliant band. I've seen them
Time's up.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I saw him 1992, I think it was, on the Spain tour, supported by Bad Brains.
Yeah, I saw them on that tour, their first UK tour.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? They hadn't toured in the UK before, and I forgot that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, really good live. Got the crowd going, I'll tell you.
Yes.
I was
Did you say Bad Brains? American
Brains.
punk band.
Yeah, they supported them.
All right.
Yeah.
They were all black, weren't they? Bad Brains.
Yes. Yep. My mate had a band going at the time. Not anybody would know who they were, but they actually gave both of them. They gave Bad Brains and Living Colour a copy of their demo tape. And Bad Brains actually went in and played it on their tour bus.
Oh wow!
So little claim to fame there for them anyway. But yeah, I'm afraid my site's not very good. But I don't know if you can see the back there for the track listing.
Mine's not. Yeah, that's a great album.
It's done around the side.
Yeah, it's a great album.
Yeah. I mean, I do want to get the others as well, because Vivid was supposed to be released for Black Friday.
Yeah,
I think it was Record Store Day, and I never saw it come out. Nowhere I've tried to get it from everywhere, and no one's got it. So whether it just didn't come out or what, I don't know.
Yeah, I had the debut when I saw them. I saw them at a concert. I went and brought the album. They were, a lot of old egg bangers, and these three black guys with really long dreadlights come out. And four of them. Well, you couldn't see the drummer because he was behind his kit. And he thought,
true, yeah.
What are we going to get here? And then when they started, and it was, yeah, this is good. Great band.
Yeah, no, I do like them a lot. I think I got into them more once I'd seen them live than I did when I first heard them. Hence me taking a while to get anything. Although I did think I think I picked that up. I may have picked that up on fairly early on because it's got I think it's got an R price sticker on there, so I must have been into them a bit.
Yeah, I can still not remember who they supported.
Oh, crikey. I don't know about that. I don't know.
I can't remember who they supported.
Quite well known band.
It could have been Magnum, of all bands.
It wouldn't surprise me. You do get some... I was going to say, you do get some weird support acts for different bands, I've noticed over the years.
Yeah. Talking of Magnum, did you like your little thing I emailed you?
Like yes, they're very good. I think I said to you, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I may well have to go and get some albums. The third song was a bit cheesy, but then I remember it being cheesy when it came out.
Yeah.
But the other two were great. Just some really, really good guitar solos on there.
Yeah, so it's probably got one of my favourite versions of the Spirit on there.
Yeah, that was good. Is it the same on the album, or is it they elongated it?
I'm not telling you. You'll have to find out when you buy it.
Anyway, I shall certainly have a look at those. I've actually got a few albums that people have sort of, yourselves or whatever sort of mentioned on your channels, and I thought, yes, I'm going to have a listen to that, but I'm not sure how to present it as a video because you can't, obviously, copyright and everything. You can't really sort of show the whole bloody album, and I wouldn't do that anyway because it would be far too long and too boring.
Yeah. You get away with doing a 30 seconds. Now, I'm going to wait a minute. Talk among yourselves.
Anyway, sorry it took me so long.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, it's just delving through my albums.
Well, my mate Lee said he brought this round for me to clean.
Right.
So I thought, okay, we'll give it a clean.
Hang on. Right.
Yeah,
There
blow
you
him
go.
up.
Oh, good night, LA. Yeah, great. Nice cover. Took it out. I'll give it one clean. There's some, but I don't know if you can see. It's not Good Night, LA.
Right.
It's the Vigilante album.
All right. Okay. I've had that before.
Yeah, leave us know. I'm going to ring him tomorrow. So you know your Good Night, LA. It's not Good Night, LA. It's Vigilante, which is a better album in my books.
Yeah.
So
I bought a copy of I can't even remember which one it was now, a Cure album anyway. And I got it home, or at least at my folks, so that was okay. And it turned out to be never mind the bollocks. I took it back.
I wouldn't have took it back.
Yeah.
I'd have just found another cover. Although
Yeah, I
I
suppose.
picked up. It's got no cover, so I'm looking for the cover. I picked up Love Over Gold, Dire Straits for 50p in its sleeve, no cover, and I've never ever been able to find. So if anyone finds a cheap copy of Love Over Gold or even the cover, let me know.
I've got a copy, but I'm keeping it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I saw it last Sunday at Huntingdon.
No, I picked up about 5 Dire Straits albums from a charity shop for I think it's like £2 each.
That's not bad.
Yeah. I've got Brothers in Arms now as well, and that was only about £4, I think.
Yes, I picked up I think four Qual albums for a tenner at an antique place. Anyway, we've got to do the thing again because now.
Let me find the one that I want to show most. Might surprise you, but right.
Oh yes, that's a good one, Joe.
4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Okay.
Anyway, you got an extra 17 minutes out of us because we're going to have Jason up. It's been great to have Jason up for the first time.
Yes.
But hopefully I'll be. I was going to say hopefully I'll be better organised next time.
Yes.
That's
And,
right. Anyway,
if you want to see more of the three of us, you have to tune in to Jimmy, who will just say again.
All right.
Yeah.
Which way?
Other side, that way.
Yeah, I know which way I'm in.
I'm here. I'll wave so that people. 8 p.m. UK time on
In the middle.
this Sunday. Hopefully, Jason's cough will have cleared up. Otherwise, I'm muting him.
Yes.
And the old podcast. Stop pointing at me. It's rude. And we're ranking the 30 biggest selling UK singles of the 1970s. Iain will have plenty to tell us and talk about, and me and Jason have done our homework. Well, I have, and
I've been looking.
I'm really excited because I've got some strong opinions about a lot of these singles. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Please join us for that 8 p.m. UK time on my channel this Sunday. Cheers.
That's all right. We'll see everyone next week, and I'll organise that get them tickets for me and Nick. So as Pulsar says, don't forget to vote.
Yes, do it now.
Yes, no. I don't want your money. I just want your vote. I'll just have a quick look at what the.
I'm just about to tell you. It is 10-7.
10-7 to talk.
Oh.
Charles, your dark horse has been a dark horse.
Yeah. He's made it over the chair. Now he's got to clear Beecher's Brook.
Against who?
Nick.
Hello.
Just meant to ask you. Have you got 4 from Toya on 7-inch single?
Oh yes.
You have? Okay, fair enough. As I saw it in the charity shop, I thought if you wanted, I'd pick it up for you.
No. So I've got it, thanks.
Yeah, I thought you probably
No.
would be.
I
Yeah.
haven't.
He hasn't.
164.
6-4.
It's Henry Denise and D.
Oh, wow. That was good.
I beat Henry 2-1. Beat
I just muted him.
I think his daughter's been playing table tennis and she's won.
Yeah. It makes the change with someone else to get muted apart from me.
Oh yeah,
All
you're
right, well done.
Right, let's put that
There it
end
is.
now. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. We'll see you all next week. Don't forget to vote.
Yep. Take care.
Bye. Bye.